Welcome to Lies That Shape Our World, where we challenge the narratives you've been told. Today we're exposing the truth about agriculture, why animal farming might just be the key to saving our planet. Let's break the myths and uncover the facts. Why animal agriculture is better for the planet than plant agriculture. Most people think animal agriculture is destroying the planet, but what if I told you that raising livestock could help the environment? We've all heard that animal farming is a major source of greenhouse gases, deforestation and pollution. But what if we've been looking at the wrong data? What if there's another side to the story? Plant-based agriculture, especially large-scale monocropping, comes with huge environmental downsides, destroys biodiversity, strips soil of nutrients, requires massive chemical inputs of fertilizers, pesticides, and contributes to deforestation. So, is this the sustainable solution we're looking for? There are several common arguments against animal agriculture, claiming it contributes to global warming. Here are the main ones. 1. Greenhouse gas emissions, methane from livestock. One of the biggest criticisms is that ruminant animals, like cows, sheep and goats, produce methane, CH, through enteric fermentation, a digestive process. The FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, reported that livestock accounts for about 14.5% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Critics argue that methane is 25 to 28 times more potent than CO2 in trapping heat over 100 years. Now let me explain. First of all, methane production is not just happening from livestock, but also from people who consume more plant products. Because when we consume plants, it doesn't absorb that well because humans have smaller intestines. More plant products you consume, especially plant fibers, will lead to gas and bloating, which is not oxygen, it is gases from fermentation. That same happens in ruminant animals, but they absorb that better than us. They have a lumen, a longer large intestine, and some have more than one compartment in the stomach to reabsorb dead fermenting bacteria. Humans don't have that, and they also produce more methane when they consume more fibers. Now, 90% of what ruminant animals consume is non-human eatable like grass, wild plants, etc. Livestock in closed animal farms is a problem. They give them products that are not meant to be in their natural diets. Now, at the end, I will also give you solutions for it. Next argument. Number 2. Deforestation for livestock and feed production. The Amazon rainforest has been deforested partly to make way for cattle ranching and to grow soy for animal feed. It's claimed that 77% of global agricultural land is used for livestock, including grazing land and feed production. Critics say clearing forests releases stored carbon dioxide, CO2, into the atmosphere. First of all, the same happens with plant agriculture, and the problem is that animals can graze on less fertile land. But plant farming has to be in fertile soil, mostly green forest. They claim that the Amazon rainforest was destroyed because they wanted to do animal farming there. They don't have to cut the jungle. You can take the ruminant animals into the jungle, and they will eat what they like to eat. You don't have to cut the forest. Because they wanted to do plant farming there, they cut down the forests. It is a lie that 77% of the food we grow is consumed by farm animals. No one feeds them soy or barley only. They will get stomach problems and they will die. There is a condition where a ruminant animal gets so bloated that doctors have to puncture the intestine to release gas. This doesn't happen when they are eating in nature, consuming what they are supposed to eat, fresh green plants. So even animal farms make sure not to give them only human-harvested products. They have to give them grass and natural foods that animals eat. Their digestive system gets them fats and proteins from the bacteria present in their stomach. They do not need to eat direct carbs and direct proteins. Moreover, utilization of non-edible resources. Ruminants can convert non-edible plant material, grass, forage, into valuable animal products. Environmental services. Grazing ruminants can contribute to grassland management, carbon sequestration, and biodiversity. Overall, while ruminants have a higher FCR than monogastric animals, their unique ability to utilize fibrous feed resources and provide additional ecosystem services makes them an important part of sustainable agriculture. Next argument. Land and water use. Livestock farming is often labeled as inefficient because it takes up large amounts of land compared to plant-based agriculture. A pound of beef is said to require 1,800 to 2,500 gallons of water to produce, though this figure includes rainfall, not just irrigation. Critics claim shifting to plant-based diets would reduce land and water consumption. Are you sure about that? You mean to say you don't need water on a big wheat and rice farm, and you get 1 pound of wheat from it? Also, ruminant animal waste is required to replenish the natural nutrition that is lost from the soil. When these animals eat, they will get most of their water needs from the plants they eat. Still, if they need water, they drink water, and that water comes back to the soil as plant nutrition. It is an important cycle of life. Plants need ruminants. Moving on. 4. Nitrous oxide from manure and fertilizers. Livestock manure releases nitrous oxide, N2O, a greenhouse gas that is 300 times more potent than CO2. Synthetic fertilizers used to grow animal feed crops, like corn and soy, also contribute to nitrous oxide emissions. Mostly, they don't eat only corn or soy, and if everyone became vegan, then we would have to use more synthetic fertilizers, and that is not natural. Then fertilizer companies will be in profit by claiming that nitrous oxide from animal waste will cause global warming. No one can farm in the desert because it is sand, not soil. China is using ruminant animals to restore land that is not suitable for irrigation, and Saudi Arabia is importing cow dung from India to farm on their land. They could have used synthetic fertilizers, right? It is profitable for fertilizer companies to say that animal fertilizers are bad for the environment. But just listen to this. Some fertilizers do use crude oil or crude materials in their production. Here's how. Nitrogen-based fertilizers. These are often made using natural gas, which is a fossil fuel derived from crude oil. The natural gas is used to create ammonia, a key ingredient in many nitrogen fertilizers. Phosphate fertilizers. Some processes for producing phosphoric acid, a component of phosphate fertilizers, involve using petroleum coke, a byproduct of oil refining. Potassium fertilizers. While not directly derived from crude oil, the mining and processing of potash, a common potassium source, can require energy-intensive processes that rely on fossil fuels. It's worth noting that the use of crude oil in fertilizer production has raised environmental concerns due to the greenhouse gas emissions associated with fossil fuel extraction and processing. There is ongoing research and development into more sustainable alternatives for fertilizer production. Or we need more ruminants in nature. This topic is huge, and today I've only covered one part of it. In the next video, you'll see how animal agriculture is actually good for the environment. Today's video focused on exposing the lies about animal agriculture, but the next one will open your eyes to the truth. How raising livestock the right way can benefit the planet in ways you never imagined. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss it. See you in the next one. Lies that shape our world.